What's up there, my friends? My name is Carpo, and I fucking hate society. That's honestly the third time I've said that, and the third time I've tried to start this video, but I haven't really known how to address it. And I'm sitting in my backyard. It's a beautiful sunny day. Shouldn't have a complaint in the world, but I do. I've got a lot of them. There's so much shit going on right now that's really irritating me. And I'm trying to be cool about it, you know what I mean? I've grown up as kind of a peaceful minded person, and I really want to be able to use the tools that I've learned to overcome some of the frustrations that I have about living in the daily life of today's world. I'm not going to say that it wouldn't be worse in the past. I'm not going to say that if I'd grown up as a serf in some fucked up time in the past where, you know, we were working for kings and queens, that it wouldn't be much worse. But it's basically the same fucking thing right now. We have corporations as the kings and queens instead of people. And so the CEOs and the owners, right? But if you talk about that, you're just a socialist that doesn't understand that capitalism is the answer to all our problems. And all of the failures of the past have been because of socialism and communism. And, you know, it's just bullshit. All of it. All the bullshit people feed each other, complaining and dividing into camps and being a, you know, political morons, I guess. I don't know how to even talk about these topics because there's so much to bring up, there's so much to discuss, and usually when I have a video like this, I'll have notes or preconceived ideas about what I want to talk about. But in this case, I'm going to sit down with the camera and I'm going to talk about shit that pisses me off. And I feel we all are entitled to that. Even though I can sit here and I can talk about peaceful shit all day long and improving your life and, you know, the things, I try to stick to positivity, but I know I go into some dark realms sometimes. But I've always tried to balance it with, hey, you can live your good life and enjoy yourself and get over your anxiety, but at the same time, hey man, you're gonna die. You're gonna fucking die. You know, I've talked about death a lot, and that's a topic that I think we need to discuss more. But it's what keeps me on my toes, you know? When I drove by somebody earlier who was on the side of the road, homeless, just sitting there with a blanket or whatnot, I had this kind of just a whole bunch of thoughts in my head. One of them was like, somebody might view this as, oh, another bum on the street. And, you know, that's an easy way to view it. My thought was, this person is a human being who had a life, and who knows what travesties they've endured. But the idea that we just don't understand as much as we think we understand. We try to pretend like we know what's going on with other people, and we stereotype and classify people as homeless or homeowners or liberals or conservatives, and in reality, we're all just people. When you really get down to it, you sit with a group of people and you talk to them, and you get to know people, and you find out that folks are just like you. And you know what? We don't sit down with people anymore. In fact, COVID has torn people apart, and I completely understand the need for connection and why people are so frustrated with regulations and mandates. It's like our instinct to hang out with one another and even hug one another. Imagine that. And now we have kids that are forced to wear masks in schools just to make sure that the parents are happy. You know, that's really what it's about. Kids aren't dying from COVID, they're just forced to bear the brunt of the pain. Meanwhile, we have these, you know, millionaires and actors and celebrities having these big galas and events where they can, you know, they just flaunt their bullshit clothing, and they don't wear masks there. No, because they're vaccinated, but everybody else should, you know. And you can see how COVID's being used as a tool for manipulation and social control. And then once you talk about that, you've already been labeled as a conspiracy theorist or a nutcase. Even when I talk about that, people are like, oh, what are you, a Trump supporter? I'm like, no, actually. I'm not vaccinated, and I'm also not a supporter of masks for kids, but hey, I'm actually a Trump. I can't stand the guy. It has nothing to do with which politician you embrace or who you think is. Like somebody said the other day, they said, man, I hope Trump runs in 2024 so we can get this country back on track. I'm like, are you fucking stupid? Are you really that fucking dumb to think that any one president is going to get this country back on track? And that sounds harsh, but there are so many morons out there. You know, go Trump, go Trump. Fine. You believe in Trump. You like an idol and a figurehead. But the thing is, he didn't fix this country. No president can. It's not about who's president. It's about realizing none of them matter. We need to start looking to local communities and stop looking to these big figureheads and famous people and rich people. And that's what disgusts me about this society. Because I was talking with my son today and I said, you know, I really thought we would do better by now. I did. I had a pipe dream that society would be forced to grow up. And I think we will, but it might be too late. Like, we are going in the opposite direction. And I can't believe the stupid shit people argue about on the internet. And I know it's a microcosm, but every microcosm represents the macrocosm, right? As above, so below. When people are releasing their true thoughts online, they don't always say it the way they mean it, but a lot of the time they do. It's just that they're afraid to say it in the normal discourse of society. And I'm all for free speech. I'm not saying we shouldn't let people say things. What I'm saying is that we need to, over a period of decades, generations, teach our kids better, because the current generations aren't doing the job very well to be humans, to let live and let live. And we are such hypocrites. We don't even follow our own advice. And when we don't even admit it. We refuse to admit that we're flawed. It's pretty pathetic. Just some thoughts, just some complaints. I'm out. Talk to you next time. Be well.